Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is the Quest for Survival Hardcore Ironman series and we're on episode 38 now. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a Hardcore Ironman progress video just because of the bossing week and stuff. So obviously I couldn't do much on my Ironman during the bossing week, so all I did was AFK loads of different things. But that did lead to some mad AFK gains and I'm very happy with the amount of experience this account has gained while AFKing. Anyway, let's get into this video. Starting this video off with some AFK gains at the Christmas event. This event went until about the 5th of January, I believe, so I done it all the way until then. I started off with some summoning and my summoning level was 87 when I started. Just no, I don't want it. I'm so tempted to actually destroy it at this point. Yay, I guess. It's not like I'm 200 mil on my main. I was super AFK while doing this, so I missed the actual level, but I managed to get 97 summoning, and obviously I only needed 96 for the pack yak. There's not too much point me really camping here for the last two levels, as I'll easily get enough charms from Slayer and all of that, so I'm just going to stop at 97 and move on to smithing. Now I can actually use pack yaks, there's not too much benefit for me getting those last two levels until I actually go for max. So on to smithing it was. I started off at level 90 and it was time to AFK for the rest of the event doing smithing and seeing what level I could get to. The rest of the event lasted like 3 days since I started, so I managed to get 94 smithing. It's super slow and not that great by any means, but I had to AFK and this is probably a really good thing to do just because you don't use up any supplies to get the XP, so it's pretty decent for an Ironman even though it's super slow. Obviously there are better ways, but when you're AFKing this isn't that bad. I took a little break from AFKing and I went to Hellweir. I just done an hour with a friend because he wanted to go and get some materials and stuff and have a chance of that wand. Unfortunately we didn't get anything too special, but the Lanterdime drops and the coal and everything like that really do help. So even though we didn't get any drops, we still got some good materials. They recently updated the Warriors Guild shop and gave it way more variety of items that it sells. It now even sells things like claws, which is really beneficial for swift components and things like that. So not only is it really good for base parts and everything for your daily runs of shops if you need the base parts for augmenters or anything like that, it's also really useful for a variety of different additional parts now. It now sells things like spears, which give you direct components that it didn't before, and then the claws like I mentioned. There's just such a big variety in this store now, it's even better than what it was. I'm definitely going to be utilising this shop as much as possible when doing my invention. Now I'm 101 invention, on my Ironman I wanted to try out the Divine-O-Matic as it's semi-AFK and it's really good for divine charges. So I made a ton of divine charge empties ready to fill up with the Divine-O-Matic alongside using up all of the energies I had in my bank to make actual divine charges. Once I had made them all, I had 314 divine charge empties and 188 actual divine charges. Then it was time to chill with the Divine-O-Matic for a little while and make at least 300 or so divine charges, so then I'll have quite a lot stocked up for whatever I really needed to do. Then I could just go back and charge up the last of the empties that I needed to. By the end of my grind for divine charges, I managed to have a full charge pack and 426 full divine charges. This should last me quite a long time, even when PVMing and stuff. I shouldn't have that high of a charge drain rate, so these will last me a good while. Then whenever I need to go back and farm, I'll just use the Divine-O-Matic again as it worked very well and you get a ton of charges very quickly. It had been 3.5 weeks since I checked my kingdom and it was long overdue, so it was time to go and get all of that glorious loot. I managed to get 13,500 maple logs, 83 bird's nests with seeds in them and 52 with rings. And then a decent amount of herbs alongside it all. Hopefully I can get some good tree seeds from those bird's nests and progress my way even closer towards 99. I'll probably keep those maple logs for simple parts for more divine charges in the future. The Ark is really nice AFK invention experience as well. Obviously you have to make the equipment siphons, but they're not too difficult to make, to be honest. It's just the precious parts that can be kind of annoying, but I have tons and tons of diamonds and stuff that I just use for precious. But I managed to get 104 invention and I haven't actually done any PVM related invention in a while. Taking a look at my stats and how they stand now, I'm not actually that far away from maxing. There's a couple of skills that are fairly far behind that are in their 80s. But most of the skills that I have in their 80s are pretty fast skills. For example, I can do my fire making on Fire Watch while training my attack, my strength, my defense, and my range. Magic is pretty much 99 already, and then obviously while doing Fire Watch for all of the other stats, I'll get 99 prayer or very, very close to it as well. This will give me loads of supplies for Herblore as well, so I get to progress through some of those levels. I've been doing a ton of the Arc, as you can see by the 106 mining, the 101 fishing, 104 woodcutting, 110 hunter, and 102 divination. Even farming is rocketing up. I'm 97 farming, and I haven't done anything but the Arc since 88. So I've definitely done a hell of a lot of farming on the Arc. Cooking should get some levels with all of the shark soups that I'm about to make as well. And I'm going to go into details about the shark soups soon. And I'm going to spend all of the chimes I get from them into agility. I really hate training agility, so chucking lamps in it is probably going to be the best thing for me. Obviously, it's not the most efficient thing to do, chucking loads of lamps into a skill. But I've already got all the upgrades I need on the Arc. And I'm not going for the salty title on this account, so why not? Anyway, enough about my skills, time to show you how much resources I actually gained from the Arc so far. Looking at all of the supplies from the Arc, I have so many different mushrooms to cut. I have 43,000 ancestral energy, 3,800 turtle bowls, nearly 14,000 Alea sea salt, 5.6k bamboo, and then I've got 3,500 wobbegongs as well to turn into wobbegong oil. Turning all the wobbegongs into wobbegong oil is going to be a decent amount of cooking experience, and then making everything into shark soups and cooking those should get me to 97, maybe even 98. The only downside with cooking Arc supplies is that you really want to do it on the Maikeru grill like I mentioned in a previous video as an Ironman. The 10% chance to make an additional portion of food is way too good, and you get way too much extra chimes not to do it this way. It just means you have to run quite a far distance to get to a bank and back. The extra chimes you're going to get from this is really worth it though, because it's a 10% chance to double the resources you're cooking. This means especially when I get onto shark soups, every extra shark soup I cook is 102 chimes. When you think about making multiple thousands of shark soups, that's hundreds of shark soups procced, which then equates to thousands and thousands of chimes in addition to what you would normally actually get. When you put it into perspective like that, it's always worth using the Maikeru grill. After I cooked all my wobbegong, it was time to cut my thousands and thousands of mushrooms. Making them into sliced mushrooms isn't much experience, but when you're cutting this many, it's actually not too bad. Additional cooking and herblore experience is nothing to complain about at all. Once I sliced all of my mushrooms, as you can see in my inventory, I have quite a lot of different resources now. But because I have 14,000 sea salt, I can transmute some of that into wobbegong oil, and then I can transmute some of the wobbegong oils into more tortoiseshell bowls. Once I've done all of this transmuting, I should be able to make 5,000 shark soups. It's going to be absolutely amazing making 5,000 shark soups on an Ironman. I transmuted a couple too many wobbegong oils, and I don't have 5,000 salt anymore, but salt is very easy to come by. I'm just going to go mine some more salt after doing all of this and cooking all of these soups. It shouldn't be an issue at all to get up to 5,000 salt, because it's going to take me 2 weeks to sell all of these supplies anyway. I can upgrade it so I can get 30,000 chimes every single day from selling my things. But as a shark soup sells for 102 chimes, if I make 5,000 shark soups, that's 500,000 chimes. I can even sell some of my excess ancestral energy and stuff like that and probably push it to 550 to 600,000 chimes. 600,000 chimes on the high end may even be enough to get 99 agility with huge lamps. If I don't manage to reach 99 agility with 500 to 600,000 chimes, I should be at least 97, probably 98. I could always just do the last level myself, or wait until I get some more chimes while going for 120 hunter and then use those in order to get 99 agility. Plus, once I get 99 agility, it opens the gateway to crystal skill chompers as well if I wanted to. I'm probably going to stick with ornate turtles because of how much experience they do give. But I may test out crystal skill chompers as well once I get 99 agility from all of these supplies. Not to mention 5,000 shark soups will get me quite a lot of cooking XP too, which is really nice to hear. Cooking on an Ironman can sometimes be quite annoying to level, so the more XP I can get in that, the better. Thank you so much for watching. Do give it a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new for loads of future content all related to RuneScape 3. I'm going to be focusing on the Ironman a fair bit soon, so then I'm going to go really hard towards maxing, as it's not even that far off anymore. Obviously this episode wasn't that action packed because I was doing a lot of AFK, and due to the bossing week and obviously New Year's and all of that, everything mixed into one. But expect more episodes quite soon of me slowly but surely getting maxed. I want to try and get maxed within the next couple of months. And until next time, see ya.